Paris is full of deadly sharks because a new species has been discovered. These sharks are merciless and dying to eat their prey. This movie opens up with our main lead, Sophia, conducting research on the shark, and her tagged shark's name is Lilith. With her research team and her husband, Chris, she has moved to the ocean that is filled with trash. To proceed with their mission, her team dives into the ocean and looks at the species that have become entangled in a trap. Its stomach is filled with plastic, and Chris is checking it. Soon, he realizes he is not alone because many sharks have approached, and Sophia, who is keeping an eye on the monitor, is shocked because sharks never swim together. Before they get over this surprise, Lilith appears in her giant size. This shark is mesmerizing, but Chris feels something is wrong because he is surrounded by sharks, and their behavior is terrifying. On the contrary, Sophia doesn't allow him to come out of the ocean without taking a sample. So, Chris has no choice except to insert the stick into Lilith's body. But he has no idea he has messed with the wrong fish. In anger, she starts making these researchers her food. Hearing the scream and after the screen blacks out, Sophia runs and dives into the ocean without thinking twice that it could put her life in danger. Another shock is waiting for her because she has to watch her husband's hand without his body. It reveals Lilith has gulped her husband. Upset, she faces Lilith and again pokes her by inserting the stick into her body. Again, Lilith becomes furious and drags her deep into the water. Her speed is super fast. Even her mouth and eardrums start bleeding, but luckily she frees herself by removing the belt on her stomach, and she comes out of the water in a pathetic condition. After 3 years of this incident, 2 friends are fishing when they find a bomb in the river. It's strange. As a result, the police and media are called. Adel, a police officer with past regrets, shares his views with the host that this situation is extraordinary. Saying this, he moves forward to investigate further and assigns the duty of passing comments to his colleague. Aside from this, Mike meets with Sophia, who is trying to escape from her past, but the past is hovering around her no matter how fast she runs. Right now, Sophia is updating the children about ocean life and how they can save their species. Mike, who is inspired by Sophia and also leads her motto, approaches her. First of all, Sophia ignores him, but her feet are bound to the floor when she exposes Lilith's location that has led her to Mike's organization. In her team, there is Ben, who is locating Lilith and also wants to protect her. She has already made a plan to communicate with Lilith through sonar, but Sophia considers it embracing death and prefers to leave. While reaching home, she enjoys a drink, but Mike's voice is resounding in her ears. It compels her to open the laptop and watch the memories of her husband. But looking at the merciless Lilith, she shuts the laptop, but again opens it and traces the location of Lilith. Her eyes widen when she realizes Lilith is in Paris under the bridge. Worried, she tries to approach Mike, restraining her from provoking Lilith. But Mike is 2 steps ahead of Sophia in this passion, and she dives into the water. Her girlfriend is worried about her, but Mike has consoled Ben. Reaching the ocean, she watches the vehicle that is in terrible condition. Also, there are Lilith bite marks on them that reveal humans have attacked her. According to her, sharks never attack if humans don't mess with them. The police are also surveying the ocean, and Ben has located them, so she pulls the string. Mike, who is lost in the car, prefers to free herself, but soon she realizes she is not alone here. By wrapping up things, she gets out of the water, and Adel and his team capture her. Here, Adel inquires from Mike what she was doing in the water, but Mike remains tight-lipped. Aside from this, Sophia is locating Lilith, and she finds a dog who is barking in the water, and Sophia's device also indicates that Lilith is here. But Lilith, who is smart, doesn't show up. In the morning, Adel again inquires, but Mike is in an angry mood, which is why she reveals there is a shark in the ocean, and they need to be careful. But Adel considers it a joke because how can there be a shark in Paris? Just then, his doubts are confirmed when his mates tell him about the officer's terrible death. They move to check out the body before they forget to call Sophia, who has experience in this. When Sophia arrives, casting a single glance, she senses it's none other than Lilith. Still, Adel is doubtful, because it's impossible to have a shark here because there is a barrier in the surrounding area. Adel puts the matter in front of the chief, who is worried after listening to this. She asks them to investigate further because the upcoming Olympics can't be delayed. So, she asks them to further investigate. To investigate further, they move into the ocean so that Adel's mates could dive in the water. Adel asks Sophia to come with him, but he declines to take Mike with them. Consequently, Sophia sets out on the expedition with them. Also, Mike doesn't quit and follows them secretly. Reaching the spot, they dive into the water and find the fish which was eaten by sharks. Sophia is monitoring the shark's location through her device, which is near them. Mike also calls Ben to block the signals of their device. She is assured that they will harm Lilith, and she wants to be her savior. According to Mike's command, the signal has been blocked, and the diver senses the presence of sharks that compels them to come outside. When Adel checks the monitor, he observes the structure of the shark. Also, he shouts at Sophia for blocking the signal, but Sophia has no idea what is going on, and her nose starts bleeding. When Sophia looks at Mike, she realizes it's Mike behind the chaos. Sophia tries to make her understand that what she is doing is playing with fire, but Mike is beyond understanding. At night, Adel checks Sophia's history and realizes she has faced many troubles even though she lost her husband. This incident makes him remember his army friends who have died. The following day, another problem is waiting for them because Mike has uploaded a video in which she asks for help from people who want to save the ocean. Her video has melted the hearts of many people, and Sophia also watches it. Also, they keep the situation in front of the mayor of Paris, but she is concerned about Paris's reputation, and a swimming competition is going to be held. So she can't take the risk and orders to eliminate the sharks without disclosing it to the public. Now, they have no choice except to deal with this. While making the foolproof plan, Mike's girlfriend Ben approaches and reveals her plan to gather the people at the center of the ocean where the den of Lilith is. Also, she unblocks the signal of Lilith through her device. When Ben leaves, they set out on the journey to kill Lilith and save people who have become entrapped by Mike's talk. Aside from this, Ben is worried about Mike, but she is persistent and throws the ball into the water. Police also arrive and ask them to get rid of this place because it's dangerous. No one is listening to the police and is busy filming. Soon, Lilith and her child arrive, and Mike starts playing with her by considering her own child. At the same time, Sophia starts shouting and asking Mike to come out of the water because she knows Lilith is going to show her wild side. Mike, who is stubborn, wants to prove to everyone that Lilith is harmless and doesn't pay attention to her. Even Adel jumps into the water to save her, but she pushes him away and embraces death by getting inside the mouth of the shark. Watching the tragedy with Mike, the people who were filming panic and try their best to escape. But it's too late because Lilith is ready to enjoy her meal. In a hurry, many people fall into the ocean, and Lilith doesn't show mercy on them because she consumes their legs, and even Ben also dies by drowning. There is a massacre in the ocean, and Sophia watches it with her own eyes. She was going through trauma and again has to watch this. In the hospital, Sophia watches the injured and can't recall her mate's incident. Adel notices her and tries to console her by taking the burden of this incident on his shoulder. Just then, Adel's colleague calls them because she wants to show them something. In the water, there is a dead body of Lilith's kid, which is odd because sharks can't make kids without the procedure. She has done the postmortem and realized Lilith is a different kind of shark who doesn't need a male to produce eggs. This is an alarming situation because many little sharks can overpower Paris. Keeping everything aside, they discuss the situation with the mayor, but she is only concerned about the swimming competition and is not concerned about the lives of people. Sophia tries to convince her, but the mayor orders her to quit the office. Also, they watch the mayor's interview in which she declines to acknowledge Lilith, who resides in the ocean, and assures people that everything is safe. On the other hand, Sophia and Adel decide to take action because they can't let more people die in front of their eyes. They dive into the water, bringing a bomb. Actually, they want to explode the nest of Lilith so that it can't approach the swimmers. By bringing the bomb, they go deep into the water, but soon realize they are not alone because there are hundreds of little sharks around them. When one of them makes a blunder, the sharks devour him. One of the teammates daringly holds the remote and turns on the bomb. By dragging Adel, Sophia takes him out of the water, and an explosion appears. This blast is a futile effort because Lilith survives, turns their boat, and doesn't take a second to devour his mates. By availing the opportunity, Adel and Sophia jump on the boat, and Lilith moves to the swimmers because her meal is waiting. Adel and Sophia are trying to stop her, but her speed is like thunder as she reaches her prey and starts gulping them one by one. Even the mayor is shocked to see this and is unable to speak. Swimmers are trying to save their lives, but sharks are not allowing them. In a furious mood, the army takes action and starts to fire on Lilith. But it's their fault because there are already missiles present. Consequently, a blast appears and tears apart the bridge. It's not over because one bomb explodes after another. When it's over, everything has changed. Sophia saves Adel from drowning and takes him to safety. When Adel wakes up, he inquires if everything is fine, but Sophia has no words to calm him down because Paris has become an ocean and sharks are moving everywhere. Paris is drowned due to the wrong decision of the mayor and Mike's blunder. Now, Sophia and Adel have to survive, but they don't have any idea how. If you like this movie, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.